Namaste YouTube, welcome to Cafe Enoma's Mega Music Reaction Fest Week 2. We are going to give our reaction to We Are the Future by Stratovarius.
We have reacted to Stratovarius a few times in the past and we love them all, the songs that we reacted to. And once again we have a request for Stratovarius and we are more than happy to react to them. We Are the Future. One thing about Enoma is that we try doing reactions to music that we have never ever heard before. This is what makes us a bit different from everyone else out there because we are from a country where we have not been brought up on music that we react to. I have heard a lot of music though, but it was way back in my childhood days, and most of those songs that I have listened to, I didn't really listen to while I grew up because I moved into trance and house music and rap and hip hop and pop. So the music that we react to on Enoma, mainly rock music, jazz, a bit of jazz we get now and then, heavy metal, retro, most of them I have not really heard, and almost all of them Kirti hasn't heard, and that is what Enoma is all about. We love to react to music, being from the other side of the world, a country which is known for great music, a great culture which is of festivals, food, clothing, movies. Whether you talk about any sphere of culture, India is supposed to be one of the richest cultures in the history of the world. So we take great pride in reacting to music as Indians because we definitely add a bit of flavor that is not otherwise available on YouTube. Let's get started. Stratovarius, We Are the Future. First time single take honest reaction.
We got introduced to Stratovarius with the song Mother Gaia, and they are all about nature, I feel. So let's get started with this one.
What is wrong with
thoughts on this
Wow,
one, Kirti?
wow. This was
I'm sure
great.
you have a lot to say.
I know, this was amazing. This song is amazing. I feel bad that we have not heard this before. We Are the Future by Stradivarius, and this was a great composition by them. I loved every line that was sung over here. Every line is relevant to this entire planet. Not one person or two or a group or a country. It's relevant to the whole planet. It is that neutral. Love those drums. My God, that was machine gun drumming. It was constantly. It was bang on. It was bang on. I love when before the solo guitar came in, there was a sudden break and a change in the tune of the drumming, and then phenomenal solo guitaring, and then again back with the drums. I love this drumming. This is mind blowing. It was very enjoyable listening to the song, but at the same time dealing with very sensitive topic of saving our planet, of racial discrimination, of all the bickering and fight and quarrels and everything that we are doing at the moment. We won't have anyone to fight. The way we are going with our planet, everything will be over. And I love those poem, like a poetry he did, like a small child would do. The music and the vocals were going together. He would sing, stop, like shuk shuk train. Stop, sing, stop. That was amazing. I don't know how they came up with this, but this was a masterpiece. This is a masterpiece. Genius's work. This is what it is. Loved it.
What are your thoughts on the lyrics?
Talking about it and talking about it and talking about it, blowing the same trumpet every single time. That what we are doing is wrong. We are distracting our planet. And so many people continue to talk about it and continue to do their bit. But we get disheartened when nobody else is interested. I don't get that disheartened because it's not a job for me. It is, I feel, I do it for my own self, for my own satisfaction too at times, because I know nobody is changing and nothing is really changing much. But I get that satisfaction that I'm doing my bit and I'm happy. I get that happiness. So we continue to do that. But is it changing? No. So many songs are made. Is it changing? No. What I have come to a conclusion for this matter is ultimately, no matter what we are doing, we can continue to talk about it and we can continue to do our bit. The ones 5-10% who do their bits. This will end. The planet will end one day. And what we are right now in this state that we are right now, and all the problems that we have created, and all the fights and all the bombings and all the gunfires and everything that are going on someplace or the other right now as I speak, they will continue to happen. There will be a day that everything will be over, and then there should be a new start. Because I don't think this is going to end. What we are doing, I remember while I was listening to the song Amused to Death, that we gave a reaction to. And we are amused to death. We keep amusing ourselves to death. No matter what, we know what are good and what are bad for us. There are songs and there are books and there are stories and there are everything that is available for us to keep getting reminded. There are videos on YouTube too, in I think thousands and thousands, which keep saying the same thing, that what we are doing is not right, what we are doing is not right. But I guess in Hindi we have a saying, and the saying goes like, Bhains ke aage been bajana. Like you're playing trumpet in front of a buffalo, and the buffalo doesn't understand that music. So the buffalo is not going to do head banging to that music or respond to that music. The buffalo will continue to do what it is doing. Bean is supposed to be, India was famous for snake charmers, the thing, what they play, the instrument. So the snake charmers used to play that instrument, and the snake would be responding to that and moving to that. But if the same instrument you're going to play to a buffalo, the buffalo is not going to respond to it because that frequency doesn't match with the buffalo. The same thing with us who don't really care about the planet. We just live our life, selfish life. Our own problems are big problems, and we are just too tied up with it, and we just don't give a damn about it. That's what I think.
What are your thoughts on the lines about the color of the skin, the discrimination based on that? We have talked about the planet. I mean,
Yeah.
in Stratovarius' Mother Gaia,
Mother Gaia.
and also another song of theirs. So why not talk about the other aspects that are destroying the planet? The discrimination based on the color of the skin,
And the fire.
based on the race, based on the language, based on a person's occupation. What are your thoughts on the discrimination based on skin color and race?
Doesn't it prevail? Doesn't it? What I think is whenever I feel I should speak, and when I speak, people feel that somebody is making up a story when they are talking about racial discrimination in today's time. But those are the same people who think the opposite person is making up stories. Those are the same people who keep doing the discrimination every time, who keep doing the same thing every single day. What I don't understand is we all have got only one life. And the average lifespan today is, if the whole world I look at, I have to see those in facts. It will
Around
be a
60,
little-
62.
Around 60, right? 62. Out of that, 12 years of pure childhood innocence, right, while we are developing. So, 12 minus 62 is 50 years when we actually have some brains to think about things. After that, when we are in the adolescent age, we are reckless and we do what we want. Many people die in that age because of a lot of changes and a lot of things to deal with. So that is a very tender age. So between 12 to 20, that age is gone. Discovering more. After that, we are left with now, I've removed 20 out of 62 is 42. 42 years are left. Now out of that 42, between 21 to 30, most people find a partner. Most people. Sometimes they are 17, 18, 15 also, they find somebody. But the solid partners they get between 21 to 30, who they are going to make their lifetime partners. Some of them decide they don't want to have anybody and they are put alone, they start traveling, they start exploring world. Instead of life now, they think they are able to explore world. So they start going outdoors, out of the country. So 30 years are gone, it remains 32. So half the age is gone, half the age is remaining. Now there is career as well, so you start thinking about the money, finance, everything, is that. Stabilizing your career, finding a suitable one, is that up to 40. Beyond that, if you're still finding a career, then you are in a great jeopardy by the standards of the world, because you will be ending up alone, having no money, and no money for your treatment. So by 40, most people have a solid career as well. So that only 22 years are left in your life now. And then after that, you start having your physical ailments, which is very common now. Plus 40, my mother was sitting next to me just a couple of days ago while we were eating lunch. And she said, I'm going to tell you something and you better remember this forever. Even she's staying with us for a while now. And even when I'm gone, you have to remember this, that if you don't take care of yourself right now physically, diet-wise and exercise and this and that, after 40, you're going to get a shock. The way things will change with you. I'm telling you with my experience, start taking care of your health now with diet, eat enough calcium and this and that, everything. That I do, but she feels that I don't because I'm a bit skinny, in her opinion. So she was telling me importance of diet. Once you get, cross 40, you're going to have a sudden awakening that your body is not in your control at all. And it's just too weak to handle anything. So after 40, we are only left with 22 years. So are we going to take care of our body now? Are we going to take care of all this racial discrimination now? Because that's the time we all start doing all that too. So when the life is so calculated in today's time, I don't really see where do we get the time to start discriminating against people. I don't see that time. I don't have that time to look at somebody's skin color and tell them anything because I'm too busy crafting my own life. And I don't really know what kind of free people are they wasting their life, literally wasting their time and life just to make somebody else's life miserable. That's how I look at it. When I see discrimination, color discrimination, any kind of discrimination, rich, poor, anything, I see they are wasting their own life. Might as well put it somewhere because you'll be enjoying that time. You'll be at least having some memories when you're 50 plus and nobody is interested in talking to you.
This was a great song, very pulsating, very fast, very nice, exciting. from Stradivarius. Great guitaring, great drumming, great vocals. I love the part, like Kirti said towards the end, when it was sung as if it was a childhood nursery rhyme or something.
Yeah, lovely.
Last time, mankind. Lot of good rhymes.
Time, yeah.
Yeah, and sung very well. I like that, very fast, very nice from Stradivarius. This is the kind of heavy metal music that I personally like to listen to when I do listen to heavy metal these days. It's fun. It was a fun song with very, very powerful lyrics, very strong message. It's not going to last. Anybody who discriminates, anybody who is doing harm to the planet, to harm to other human beings, they're not going to last. Everyone has to die someday. Everything changes. Everything has an end. Everything has a beginning. And we must remember that nothing that we do on this planet is permanent. Because nothing is as permanent as change. So no matter what we do today, whether it's good or bad, it's not going to last forever. So it makes sense to do good, because when you do good, at least your life becomes better in that instant. In that particular moment when you do good to other human beings, when you do good to the planet, when you do good to yourself and your loved ones, your life at that moment becomes happier, becomes better. I'll give you an example for this very quickly because we're almost out of time. Let's say that we both are a couple, of course, married couple from India reacting to music that we have never heard before in our lives.
Married for 11 years now, which most people don't know. They come to talk about so many things. I really don't know from where do they get ideas.
Yeah, so basically if we take our own example, it's, what was I going to say? I don't really remember now.
We couple from India.
Yeah, before that, what was I going on? Anyway, that's what happens. That's what happens in the reaction like that. When you have two different people coming from two different parts of the country, coming together in holy matrimony and living together, there are bound to be problems, there are bound to be disagreements, there are bound to be conflicts. But at the end of the day, does that mean that you put the other person down constantly? Does that mean you bully the other person? Does that mean you always insult the other person? Does that mean you abuse the other person? No. You have to find a middle path. You must find a way to make it work. If there are disagreements, definitely voice your opinion. Say, I don't like this about you. And give the other person a chance to respond to that. Are they going to make changes or are they going to continue the same way? So that is an important thing. Another small example to end this. I love to be disciplined. I love to start things on time, get it done on time, and relax the rest of the time. She is exactly the opposite. She likes to start later, end later, and she is not really concerned about it. I always am very concerned about the results of what I do. Even if it's a result that is not material. When I talk about results, doesn't mean that about the views, about the money we make. It also means about how I feel after doing something, whether I was happy. She doesn't bother about that. At least that's what I feel. So she starts late. I love to start early. At the end of the day, what has happened? After 18-19 months of doing reactions, I've been forced to start late just like her. So I've made an adjustment. Whether it's good or bad, who knows. But the happy part about it is that we are still reacting. Same way, when you talk about bigger things, racism, you talk about bullying, you talk about violence, you need to find a middle ground. Yes, there are reasons when people do have a genuine reason to fight back, to take revenge sometimes. But still find a way to work it out before that. Sit down with that person, say, I want to go to war with you, but before that, let's see if we can stop it from happening. How nice that world would be if people actually did that very often. And that you can see the results of that with US and North Korea. 2 years ago, North Korea was on the verge of throwing a nuclear bomb missile to Hawaii, because they could reach Hawaii. So, US was scared, but at the same time, both of them found a middle ground. They said, let us sit, talk it out, let's discuss, let's find a way. We know we are heading to a war. Let's find a way to stop that war, delay that war. And thanks to that wisdom of both of the leaders of both these countries, till today that nuclear missile has not been fired. So that's what I'm talking about. There's always a middle line, always a way to save the planet, always a way to stop bullying, always a way to cut down on racism. The important thing is for both of the parties concerned to sit down and find middle ground. And when you have the time to find middle ground, you'll always find an amicable, good, peaceful solution. In fact, at the end of the day, you'll be happy either ways. Now, I'm way beyond my working time. But it's okay, I'm happy. It's okay. The work is done. That's the most important thing. So on that note, let's end this reaction to the only two people who are with us right now. 2 plus 2.
Me too.
2 plus 2 makes 40 in our world. That's all that we need, don't we?
Thanks for watching.